He walked on the empty street aimlessly, shoulders slumped, head hugged down, the coat hanging gracefully on one shoulder. There were no traces of the lion who is capable of making anyone shudder by his single glare.
Lighten up, take me on your magic river.
Today, he was powerless, a helpless man who was forced to do something he don't want to. He was forced by his sister to marry a girl, no.
Tell me about the people that you know.
Not a girl, but a teenager of 18, just because his sister thinks she fit the bill of his wife. How on earth can a girl be perfect to be his wife? A broken man wife, a man who doesn't believe in the intuition of a marriage. What can he give to that girl? A loveless and meaningless marriage. Why his sister can't understand him and quite her stubbornness can't see she is about to destroy a girl life. He shook his head. After an hour of walking, his legs stopped, too tired. He looked around. It looked like a park. When he entered the park, green grass under his feet and short bushes surrounding him. He turned and looked around for the exit, and that when he heard that voice, his head jerked to his right from where the voice was coming. As he turned and started toward the right, the voice got clear. He stood rooted as he saw a silhouette of someone sitting on the bench. He moved closer. It was a girl, slender girl, curled up on the bench. Her knees drawn to her chest and face turned between her knees and chest, and all dark open hair covered her whole face and both sides. Her shoulders were shaking, and he knew from where the voice was coming. The girl was crying. He was about to leave, not wanting to invite someone's privacy, but something stopped him. He stood for a few minutes just studying the girl as the shoulder shook, more voice of sniffing and hiccuping filling the silent ambush. His leg moved on its own accord and halted only when he stood few inches away from her, and then he left as if all the air was knocked out of his lungs. He camel eyes looked into her. He was not sure which shade her eyes were. All he saw was the big almond-shaped eyes bringing the tear, and he just stared beautiful. Never in 30 years of life he had lit such beauty. His eyes moved to the cute fawn. Her eyebrow made her red little nose, her lips.
Lighten up, take me on your magic river. Tell me
His lido gave a sudden kick, making his throat dry. Those two petals squared his chest, tightened with the need. The tears, two pearls rolled down off a master cheeks, shining in the moonlight as his heart sank with unknown sadness. Why was this beautiful creature crying?
love can get hard, so honey, if you need to cry.
She sniffed, staring back at him, fighting floating in her mysterious eyes. He took in her whole face, swelling his awaited his eyes from her. Lest he is scared, not knowing what else do, but not wanting to leave this beautiful girl here alone, he sat on the bench beside her.
I wanna hear
It's not safe to sit alone in the park at this hour of night. He tilted his head to his right, looking at her. The girl looked at him. At any other time, she must have run, seeing a stranger sitting beside her in a lonely night. God knows how badly she wanted to talk, but Snake, no one wants to listen what she wants to say. I said, it's not safe out here, he repeated, looking at her face, lost in thought. She rubbed her nose with the back of her palm, kept her leg on the ground and sat straight. I know. And for the second time in the short span, he forgot the breath. Voice so soft, her two words rang in his ear like a melody sit. What happening to him? He is going to marry tomorrow, and tonight he is here, drowning in the beauty and voice of a stranger. Composing herself, he looked at her and can't help but ask, so why are you sitting here crying? Because I wanted to cry. Few more drops of tears spilled out as she hung her head down. And why you want to cry? He crooked his right eyebrow at her. Because she again pulled her leg to her chest and rested her chin on her knees. Because tomorrow is my marriage, she sobbed softly. But why I am saying this to you? She rested her cheek on her knees and looked at him innocently. Thing just stared at her. Everyone marrying tomorrow is unhappy, but the thought of marrying someone was unsettling for him too, urging him to join in sobbing with her. What tracing his throat, he stared.
Sign me up and tell me about the people that you know.
Marriage, then you should be happy, no? And all he wanted her to do was deny, say this is not, she's not happy, there is really something wrong with him today. Was he saying sugar level down?
Just come share my pillow and rain go.
No, I am not happy, came her meditated answer, her voice a pinch higher, wanting to convey she is not happy. My mother and aunt are forcing me into this marriage.
I wanna hear
That caught him full under attention. Mother and aunt hasn't his sister, and his would-be wife has only her mother and aunt as her family. He should have seen the photo his sister and had handed him.
I'm never sleeping. Maybe I can turn it around.
Peace and unknown excitement bubbling inside his chest. He's not my husband. Her soft, angry voice filled in ear.
No time is on our side. Things are gonna haunt us.
A chuckle brushed inside his throat and he bit his lips to stop the smile. Is this how her voice sounds when she is angry? It can't even make his employer twist their muscle. Oh, I apologize. I mean you would be husband. He refined his mistake. He left the breath and he didn't knew he was holding a smile tucked at the corner of his lips. So this beauty was his. Oh, now the idea of marriage looked so pleasant. All the earlier thought flied away. The ghost of the past found in the past. The thought of her, this girl is his life, his wife. All felt tempting and lovely, just like the girl sitting beside him.
You'll always believe my eyes.
He's called Kath. Oh god, people keep such names. It sounds like a villain name. Dr. Dan and now Kath. He concentrate on her priming and smile villain. It's not that bad. It is he started wanting to know what else his would to be wife think and knows about him. Why would I tell you? And there is it was her cute fawn because I am a stranger. Your secret will be safe with me. He told that if talking to a child. Really, she lifted her face from her knees, her full concentration on the stranger beside her. Does she really trust everyone so easily? Cat was out of the surprise today, and the most beautiful one was sitting beside him. He nodded his head at her, yes.
Sign me up and tell me about the people that you know who would try.
He's very rich man. Then why did he agree to marry a poor girl like me? She asked, as if he has the best answer. His sister is sweet, but he's not. She again kept her leg down on the ground and turned toward him. He is stubborn, haughty, and always angry, always shouting at everyone.
Rain, go away.
How do you know that? He asked Mizume. They have never met before. Then how does she know all this? I just know. He told he won't participate in the marriage ritual. He want direct marriage. And once when I went to all I could hear is his voice booming in the mansion, shouting at the poor John.
Call me out if you think I'm never sleeping. Maybe
Oh, that's really sad. I too have heard this. He's very arrogant, always shouting, fighting everyone. He play alone. Really? What more you have heard? She asked, too curious.
on us, you know time is on our side. But things are gonna haunt us, we'll just have to put aside.
I have also heard that if someone disobey him, he can do anything. He locked his eyes with her. Anything he smacked. What her eyes went wider. Really, she clumps. Oh God.
And rain, rain, go away.
He saw her murmuring something, praying powerfully, and her pulse moving in such a adorable way that all he wanted the moment was crush her into his arms and drown in the sweetness. Clumping his desire, he awaited his eyes from her lips. Yes, that's what I have heard. You better don't anger him and agree to whatever he said, otherwise he can do anything. He did his head to the right, hide the smile, but as he again looked at her, two pulses rolled down her cheek. He fisted his palm.
Rain, rain, go away.
He don't want her to cry. Maybe he went too far, but he don't want to tell her that he is the cat she is going to marry tomorrow. Don't worry. Be strong, just don't anger him. Okay, he can't help but say. He got up from the bench. Just this night, and he will be married to this beautiful girl, and then he can erase all the fight from her eyes, he promised. I think you should go back to your home. It's really late now. She nodded and got up from the bench. Without saying anything, she started toward the gate. He followed her quickly till she reached her home and entered the house.
Sign me up and tell me about the people that you know who are trying to feel.
She closed the door, safe inside her home. He smiled, and the two innocent eyes, the color of which he is still not sure of, the flash in front of his eyes. He closed his eyes, sparing those eyes in his heart.
Just come share my pillow and rain.
Vine sat there, clutching the end of her dress in the tight grip, her knuckle turning pale, the nervousness pumping her veins. Furiously letting go of her dress, she pulled her veil more till her chest, resting her hand on her full knees. She clutched her gown. She was married now. She swallowed the painful tears.
I'm never slipping, maybe I can turn it around.
Her devil husband will be here any second. She remembered Uni saying how her groom was glaring at everyone and everything as if he can burn everything with his single glare. How he refused every second she offered him, giving a daily glare in return.
And I'm right here if you just need to cry.
How no friend of her could muster enough courage to approach him, to talk to him, to tease him. Devil. Two petals pulse ran down her cheek as a small soap left her mouth. Or she wanted to do that moment she found everything with her reach. Maybe then everyone will listen to her that she is not happy. She never wanted a husband like him. She wanted a good man who can whisper his love to her. Poetry of her, making her feel beautiful with his word, just like hero does for her heroine. More pearls down as she thought about her idol.
Rain, rain, go away. Rain, rain.
Her mom hadn't allowed her to take her Lee Min Ho poster with her, saying her husband will not like it, as if her husband will like anything she does. How can a rich man appreciate anything about a poor girl like her? She burned her face between her knees and chest and cried more. If only she had broken her leg or something and missed her temple visit that day. The dead Yunshi Park, Jimin, her husband's sister, has seen her. If only she had broken her hand before breaking the Yunshi fall.
Tell me all your dreams align. Sign me up.
If only someone had catch her tongue before she opened her mouth to talk with Yunshi. If only her word had died before reaching Yunshi, but no one of the if only happened as she was at her doorstep and very next morning.
Just come share my pillow.
Asking her hand for her brother. Brother, doesn't Yunshi know that she can be penalized for calling the devil of her brother? Her all museum stopped breathing, got stuck in her throat as she sat straight on the bed, her veil drained till her bosom. The voice of the door being locked sent a chill down her spine as she felt the mattress beside her deep. Her lips started moving, chanting her favorite 1080 name.
I'm never slipping, maybe I can turn it around. Oh yeah.
Her heart took a furious pace as she felt a tug at her veil and soon cool air touched her damp face, making her eyes open.
Is it gonna haunt us? We'll just have to put aside.
She started studying the man in front of her without moving a muscle. The man from the park. Where he's doing here? What if her devil husband come here and see him?
Rain, rain, go away.
What are you doing here? How did you reach here? She stood on her feet and looked down at him. If only she cast her eyes below his face, she can see him. The man was wearing her Armani suit, the same Armani suit her groom was wearing. Wish she had seen her from afar but couldn't muster enough courage to lift her eyes and looked at her groom face as she had neared him. What, he stood up. I am. Yes, you are. She catched his wrist. What are you doing here? My husband will come here any second. What if he see you here? Go. She pushed him toward the door. Go, please, fast. He stood there looking at her, bewildered. As soon as the assumed snake rests at the corner of his lips, he casually folded his arm on his chest. Then what? Let me come. I am not scared of him. You can relax. He went and sat on the bed, her mouth hung open.
Lighten up, take me on your magic way.
What? Why? Why are you want to be here? Go from here, please. He anyway remained angry, and what will happen when he find a stranger in his bright room? For God's sake, please go, go. Again clutching his wrist, she started dragging him, but he didn't budge. I am here to help you. She dragged the business came to the hall as she heard his word. He bit his lips to stop himself from smiling. This was the best wedding night anyone can get. Help? Yes, you had told yesterday, right? You are scared. You don't want to marry him. You are forced into this marriage. etc. etc. So I came here to help you. He found his hand. Come with me. I promise. Your arrogant and villain husband can't do anything. Wine stared at his hand coming with him. Why? Why should I come with you? You are a stranger. I don't know. You don't know me. And I am married now. Mom said I can only go out with my husband or family because she doesn't trust me alone, which I don't know why. She almost looked like a confused child who, after playing in the mud, has no idea why her mother is scolding her. What a child woman his sister has tied to him. Not that he's complaining. He's in love with his beautiful child woman. Think about it. He got up from the bed and stood in front of her. I am offering an easy escape from your villain husband. Escape? But mom told there is no escape from marriage. She looked at him with the word of confusing inched on her face. Can you put your mom to rest for a second? Don't think what your mom told you. Think about what you want. Okay, let me put it clear. I saw you yesterday in the park and fell in love with you. Now I am here confessing my love for you and wanted to take you away with me, away from your husband with whom you were forced to marry. He just can't believe he was doing this on his wedding night, but he loved it. The most beautiful, confused face she makes is worth doing anything. Love me, she looked at him. He loves her. Love at first sight. She had read about that, but she's married now. She looked at the necklace, self-pitying. She left her head, looked at him, feeling too sorry for him. love you, I really do. I am not lying. Vine stood close to him. Look, I can't do anything about your love. I am sorry, I am married now. She showed him her ring. Even he arrogant villain, I can't leave him. He's my husband now. I am richer than him, so what? She looked at him confused. That will not make you my husband. My husband is still. She lamented.
You know that I can take the truth.
He shook his head at his innocent wife was about to tell her everything and in the game when he heard the knock on the door.
Maybe I can turn it around.
Vine her jerked toward the door. She had almost forgotten that the stranger who is in love with her is standing in front of her, fighting eyes looking at a stranger in front of her.
Things are gonna haunt us, we'll just have to put aside. Now that he
Go from here. He is here, please. She again started pulling his face, not knowing where to show him. Relax, let me open the door and talk to him. Who knows, he can let you go with me. With that, he dissolved her hold on him and went to open the door.
been some time since you fixed me. I'll never forget your time.
She stood rooted, too shocked and scared to say and do anything, but no, she picked her heavy gown and made a dash, pushing the man who just entered the room. She stood in between them, wrenched that manhole from her stranger waist. No, don't do anything to him. He came here by mistake. Let him go. She kept her gaze down, not looking at the man whom she thinks is her husband. He fumbled. What is wrong with his sister-in-law? He looked at his brother who was staring at his bride. No, please don't punish him. He's my friend. He came here to wish me on my marriage. Let him go, please. She joined her hand. Jungkook looked at his bro, meeting his gaze. Hyung, what? I just came back from Busan and I came here to tell what worker shit Busan tell meal is over. You don't need to fly to Busan next morning. He looked confused at his brother.
Tell me all your dreams are lies.
Not replying to him, took her hand in his and pulled her to stand beside him. Thanks for information, Jungkook. Now you may leave. He nodded his head, obedient brother he was, and left from the room. He locked the door and turned to look at his bride. He can't help but shake his head and the confused little thing standing in front of him.
And rain, go away.
When I'm Kat, your villain husband, he came and stood in front of her, taking her hand in his. He intertwined her soft finger with his.
I wanna hear
Wine stared at him numb. His cat, the man she married, the man who met her yesterday in the park, the man who was scaring her more than she already was.
call me out.
You are Cat. You met me yesterday. I was so scared and you were scaring me more. Now you were fooling me. She pulled her hand back and moved away from him. You are really a devil. She went and sat on the bed. Everyone is devil.
If you want us, you know time is on our side.
She saw no one listen to me. No one pay a head to my feelings. All they want me to do is what they think and feel is right. I am a fool to giving so easily what I am feeling. Nobody cares. She kept looking at the floor. As drop of tear left her eyes and fell on the white flag tiles.
Tell me all your dreams align. Sign me up and tell me about the people that you know who are trying to feel alive. Life can get hard, so honey, if you need to cry, just come share my pillow and rain, rain, go away. I wanna hear about everything you're ever thinking. You know that I can take the truth. And call me out if you think I'm never slipping. Maybe I can turn it around. Oh yeah. Baby, if you want us, you know time is on our side. But things are gonna haunt us, we'll just have to put aside. And I'm right here if you just need to cry. Come love, share my pillow and rain, rain, go away. Been some time since you fixed me. I'll never forget your time. I know if I need it, you'll always believe my eyes. Crying on my pillow, rain, rain, go away. Rain, rain, go away. Lighten up, take me on your magic river. Tell me all your dreams align. Sign me up and tell me about the people that you know who are trying to feel alive. Life can get hard, so honey, if you need to cry, just come share my pillow and rain,